right, we're meeting today. I'm Ashley Robbins, and this is Kayla Hicks. I'm the instructional coach, and she's the digital learning coach. We work here in Frisco ISD, and our district this year implemented a new data system called Mastery Connect, and we were in charge of training teachers and helping them set it up at the beginning of the year. And we've run into some issues since. As the districts kind of started using it, we've realized like the tracking system and how we're putting in assessments isn't really aligning with the data that we want to see. And so we're meeting today to kind of talk about how we can better align what's happening in the system to better get our data that we need to track our assessments. This is tracking pre-assessments, formative assessments, and post-assessments. All right, so.
Okay, so when the data came out, we have what it looks like is half of our fourth grade has not taken the test. But we know by going in that they have taken it.
So in the district email Friday, they asked that we specifically look at 5th and 2nd because there are a lot of no grades showing up.
Okay.
So when I looked at our 5th, that might be where we want to start. When I looked at our 5th, Carrie shows no grade, Margie didn't, and so I was really curious about that. So I got into Margie. She actually never created 2 different trackers. So if you log into Margie, she only has 1 tracker per class. She never broke them out into pre-assessment and post-assessment.
Was she here that day?
She was she was here. So, but she did, yeah, so she just broke hers out into the different sections she teaches.
Okay.
So hers actually doesn't show no grade on the district report.
But when I look at Margie's trackers,
it still doesn't show anything. Yeah, I thought that was weird too.
So we're not looking at the standards.
But like if I go into, oh, that is interesting. Because let me show you, if I go into,
whose are you going into? Galvin,
I'm just going to go
Martin,
into
Corinne?
my own and show like the no grade.
Okay.
So if I go in and I type in the science and I go into the actual assessment, and I scroll down to Margie, she doesn't have any no grades. So this is like specific to the science snapshot.
But when I look at her snapshot tracker,
But I guess
are the standards attached to the benchmark that was in the tracker?
Well, can you go into her tracker?
Yeah, I'm in
Because
here.
she probably didn't narrow it down.
Well,
So she does have it in there.
that's 5, 6.
Well, that's super interesting because it pushed into her benchmark. I mean, the scores are in the benchmark that was pushed in by the district.
Right.
So I don't know why it wouldn't have the standards. That's gotta be a district error, right? That it doesn't show up?
I don't see.
Or is it something with how she labeled it?
But she didn't label it. That's the snapshot that the district pushed. She
I
didn't.
meant like her tracker. Was there something in how she set it up? But see, this is what the district's worried about. Because the district sent a video saying, this is exactly where we want you to go. And like they showed how to get into this screen. And they said, if you have kids on that screen that have no scores, that's a problem. We're watching that and we need you to fix it. And so you look at Carrie and it looks like none of her kids took it.
Okay.
And if you go to Carrie's, she has the pre-assessment and the snapshot. And so I don't know why Margie's bar isn't populating.
That's Carrie's?
I don't know, I didn't even go into Carrie's. So I wonder if somehow the district pushing in the benchmark, because it no longer falls under a standard.
Yeah, even her pre-assessments and her snapshots.
Does she give any pre-assessment?
But that's science. That's Margie's. So this
Oh, you're in Margie's right now?
No, I'm in Carrie's. So the reason why did Carrie, cause Carrie is,
Because she's self-contained.
self-contained. So
here's
she
here's
has,
what I'm wondering, have they actually given any pre-assessments? Like, if you click on her pre-assessment, is there one in there? Because I don't think they've been using the pre-assessments.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's the benchmark.
nope, that's the benchmark, yeah, no.
So here's what I'm wondering, so when they push in the benchmark and it has its own category, instead of the questions aligning under standards, I mean, that would be a district error, right?
Yes.
It basically won't align to any standards except on that report we just looked at.
But look, the writing snapshot does, and the reading
The
pre-assessment,
pre-assessments would even make more sense though, because they don't push them in. So they have to like align it, when they
so the
like
teacher,
attach the pre-assessment to a tracker, they have to attach it to a standard.
okay,
But I don't
so
understand the writing snapshot, that's
what
really
if,
weird.
what if we go in, what if I right now archive Kinghorn's pre-assessment tracker,
For science,
her science
because
pre-assessment?
there's nothing in there that we need.
There's nothing in there, yeah. So the only thing they've done is the one benchmark in science, science only.
Oh, I know why their writing snapshot has it. Because they made an error. So when they did the writing snapshot, they didn't know that the district had pushed it in. And they went in and typed in the scores under a standard, because that was the standard that was actually tested.
So the benchmarks
And
are
so-
not tied to a standard.
No, so they did it incorrectly, and that's why it's showing up.
Okay.
Whereas if they would have done it correctly, it would have zero
would still
data
be-
in the bar.
okay.
Because
So-
so credits will be the same way.
So can I archive her science pre-assessments?
Yes, because there's nothing in there we need.
Okay, so how long until
Oh, so now let me see if I update it. Because now she should be fine.
she should be fine?
My computer just froze, 1 second. Okay, so if I look in benchmarks now and go to science, created by. Here's what's really odd though, I don't know why, now, like I don't know why the district's coming out saying, can everybody please look at the 5th grade science snapshot? Like, we've taken a handful of snapshots in all the grades at this point.
Because I'm thinking not as many used.
It's still on here. She still shows 5 kids.
But what does it show they're missing?
It just says no score in the snapshot.
Who? Give me the first kid.
Liam Lopez. Liam Lopez.
Yeah, he made a 70.
Like her bars definitely went down, because before her grade bars were really high and her mastery grade bars were really low. And so definitely something shifted when we did that. But not everything. Is there anything else in her science tracker?
So I
Like her
deleted,
snapshot tracker?
right, I deleted the pre-assessments, so now there's her science snapshot. And the benchmark is literally the only thing.
And there's no way we can just delete that other tracker. Could it have
The
something?
archived,
Yeah, or it just doesn't matter, it wouldn't matter, right?
it shouldn't matter.
Would it have something to do with her kids coming face to face? She had more kids than that come face to face, but that wouldn't matter because they'd pull from Margie, right?
It should have pulled from Margie, but I see her, I see a score for him. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. So they did 5.5A, 5.6A, 5.6B, and 5.6C.
Yes.
and Liam has a score for each one.
Okay, here's what's weird though. For the grade level, oh no, it's the same kids. Okay, so I don't understand why he's showing no score. If those are the only two trackers we have.
Okay.
running.
Then go to Margie's tracker, and is he missing something on one of her trackers? Because he came from her class.
I
when he was,
think she only has one tracker, but I'll look. So, Galvin. What's weird about that though is that doesn't align to the, well, I guess I don't know what class he came from. Let's see, Galvin district snapshot. That doesn't align to how many new students she got. So like she didn't get 5 new students. She got more than that, like way more than that. So it's weird that there's like a random 5, you know what I mean?
the 5 that aren't showing up.
Hey, we're working on Master Connect. You can come in if you want. You can come in.
You want a video of yourself?
Uh-huh.
I don't want to get a video.
Okay.
Come back in 3 minutes.
Okay, so Liam, okay, if you look at Galvan's,
Okay, so was he in Galvan? Do we know? Well, I mean, he would have had her, but do we know who's was? I guess what I'm wondering is, did he even change homerooms, or was he always in Carrie's? We don't know.
I can tell you in a minute.
But like Galvan doesn't have anything. She only has the snapshot in all of her trackers. So she has 4 trackers, 1 for each class that she teaches, and they only have the snapshot. And he doesn't show up as far as I can see in any of her trackers. So I don't know that it could be tied to her. So I just don't understand why the no score is still there. That's so weird.
Okay, Liam has always been in her room.
Okay.
He started in her room.
So, I mean, the only other thing we can try is if we want to just archive all of her science trackers. I mean, we only have that one assessment in the one tracker. So if we archive that and go back and create her a new tracker,
Margie,
no, Carrie, and just see if it populates correctly.
okay, so let me ask you, oh, cause Carrie, never mind, cause Carrie does her own.
So if we go in and archive Carrie's science tracker right now,
Don't, because we need to get the scores from it.
but do we have to, or will they automatically import with the kids? Oh, right, we don't know.
We don't know.
Which, this is a good one to test because she only has like 13 kids. So,
Okay, you ready?
Live.
55.
Okay, are we just writing down the scores?
Just go straight
Okay.
in order.
Okay.
So start at the top, 75,
Okay.
55, 80,
Okay.
80, 80, 85, 70, 95, 80, 75, 100, 50, 100.
Cross your finger.
Okay, so let's delete hers, and then let's create a new tracker from the district map,
Yes.
not our map.
Because I wonder if that has something to do, but here's my question. You know how the district pushed in the benchmark? Will we still have that pushed in benchmark? Or because because we're retroactively going back, you know what I mean? Like, is that an automatic addition they made to the trackers that have science, or because
Okay.
it wasn't in there?
Before we delete it, why don't we create go to the maps. Are you logged in as Carrie?
Yes.
So go to the maps,
Okay. And I'm adding a curriculum map.
Go to the one that's already created. Shared with me. And then create a
Grade
tracker.
science. And so this would just be science, right? Kinghorn, but this is, she
This
has
is her,
her,
so just call it science. What's her other one called?
well, she had a pre-assessment and then a snapshot.
Okay, so this
So
one
we're
is just
just
called
making
science.
this science, and we're
And
gonna
then-
import our students.
Yeah.
We're gonna create the tracker. It's not in there.
Okay, but then do the 3 lines and sync with curriculum map.
There it is. And their scores are there.
And their
I don't
scores.
know what this is though. What's this? District snapshot 1, what's this?